lost in a city dream, and I was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me, and you saw me and smiled. I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt more right. Woke up lonely, and for you there is nothing in this world I wouldn't do. I would walk 1,000 miles just to see you. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt right. It goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me, or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. It's a day like this. It's a day I really would have missed. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me, or just sit beside me were fine when no one was here but us. So darling, you know, wait for me and I'll come home. It's not a simulation. I'm still dreaming, falling deeper within. This love is an ocean wide.
Well, good morning on day 38, riding from Bang Saphan to Prachuap Khiri Khan. I'm getting better at those names. I should. I've pretty much ridden the same track on the way down. Consequently, I've ridden past some amazing beaches. In fact, a spot where I did a video on the way down, which would have been about day 7. It was day 7, and yeah. Although with the huge storm passing through, the seas are really rough. No one would dare go swimming in the water. I got away on time. And yeah, absolutely no dramas. I don't think I feel fresh, but I feel fine. In fact, the longer the ride's gone, the better I felt, and that's kind of normal usually. Usually after a Snickers or similar. So I've followed the coastal road the whole way. I've gone even more coastal than Komoot offered up. And I've only just broken from Komoot. I have a bit of a tech problem. It's just limiting me a little bit. I've done 50 Ks, it's just gone 9 o'clock, which yeah, it's not great going. Although I have spent maybe an hour in total in stops. I just had a little moment. It has just rained, but prior to that it hadn't rained for a good hour or more, so I thought I'll launch the bomber over the water. I was getting some epic shots, and fortunately I knew where the drone was. It was at the end of the pier, sort of looking down, and I was only about 100 metres from the pier. And the skies just opened up. There was no warning. It was just suddenly torrential rain, and I've got the drone up in the air. And fortunately it was facing in the right direction towards the beach, so I was able to just fly it down the jetty, hook a right, and bring it in safely. So it actually flies in the wet. The problem is your remote's in the wet. My iPhone, my second iPhone, my good iPhone, was now in the wet. So I got everything in and undercover, all good. Although I did notice a few minutes later my phone had been attempting to pocket dial people, which is not desirable. But yes, I lost use of my old iPhone. I had that in my quad lock on the handlebar as my navigation tool, and I left it in the rain a little bit too much yesterday, and I think I've fried it. When you look at it, you can see water behind the screen. It's refusing to charge. It's now refusing to turn on. So on the plus side, at least I was smart enough to have an old disused phone out in the weather, and I always had my good iPhone inside the handlebar bag under cover, and I just pull it out for happy snaps or what I'm doing right now. But what that means is I don't have a nav source readily available, especially if it's wet. So when in doubt, if I'm on twisting, winding roads, and often you don't even know the turn you're meant to be taking is coming up until you've passed it, and you find out, 500 metres later. So I'm constantly having to stop, look at the map and see what's going on. So I'm halfway to Prachuap Khiri Khan. I've had an amazing ride along the beaches. Komoot isn't putting me on any more beaches. It's putting me through back roads, which would be great. But I've decided to get onto the highway and at least punch out 20 or 30 Ks on the highway, and especially until this weather clears, before I decide to go back on the more scenic route. I do have one thing to admit. A little embarrassed, a little bit ashamed to admit it, but I need to come out. I need to come clean. I was doing a drone run. I was out at sea and I was coming in low. It wasn't too low, I think it was about 20 metres, thank goodness. And I was going to come over the jetty, come over the end of the jetty, pull up. In good P3 Orion tradition, I was going to pull up and climb out. Well, in an aircraft, when you pull up, you pull back. And I did that again for the second time. With my thumb, I pulled up, I'm pulling back, and I'm looking at the screen thinking, why is that jetty getting closer? Why is that jetty getting closer? Now DJI would have probably saved my ass again, but so I quickly stopped everything I was doing to try and work out, give the brain a bit of time to work out what was going on, and then I realised I'd been a dickhead, and I'd pulled back on the stick again. I was flying that drone into the concrete jetty. So yeah, it's one thing to make the mistake once, but if you make it twice, you're a little bit slow on the uptake. Anyway, I've joined the highway. Initially I had a problem. The highway, the two sides of the highway are separated by a massive median strip and barriers. You cannot cross over. And I couldn't see any point where you could cross. So I either turned away from my destination until I found the turn, which would be obviously riding on the correct side of the road. I decided to ride against the traffic, like the zingers, until I found a point to cross. So obviously I was well off the side of the road, trying to be careful. And within about 100 metres, there was a U-turn sign and I was able to cross the road. And I'm here at it's just a really nice food hall on the highway. There's nothing else here, there's no shops, it's just a food hall. So I got a coffee and I decided, the coffees are pretty small, I decided to get two. Well, bugger me, the coffees are filled to the top and they're quite hot, so it might take me a little bit longer than expected to drink them. But I'm having a great ride. It got sunny. I put the sun sleeves on. Now it's not sunny.
Another week, another day, another hour since you went away, and so cliche you didn't say goodbye. I've been waiting for so long, still debating what went wrong. All by myself, you pulled away, you couldn't say what we were struggling with. It's one of us, it's obvious, but who's to really blame? There's an aching in my heart, all the questions that I've got are keeping me up at night. Ooh. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need, reach your total fantasy. You go out and get it.
day 38 draws to a close. I'm in Prachuap Khiri Khan, and this is a nice place. So I'm roughly 300 kilometres south of Bangkok, 3 days ride to go. And I'm in one of the most beautiful seaside towns in all of Thailand. And it's quite a little known town, but gaining in popularity, I guess because of views like this. Now I've splashed out and I've spent $32 tonight, 800 baht. I'm staying in the beach hotel, this building here. And that room on the left-hand corner, one down from the top, is my room. 800 baht, $32. And that is the view I get from my room. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So it's not raining, you can tell. It's not raining, unbelievable. Love the sky when I'm not riding. What a beautiful view. Too bad I'm in the middle, spoiling it. Yeah, day 38 is drawing to a close. Another wet day. Yeah, so some technical difficulties I had to overcome, having taken out my old iPhone that I was using for navving. Let's see if I can resurrect it. But at the moment, I'm riding without it, which means I'm drawing upon my good iPhone for navving, photoing, this video, etc., etc. And then when I was flying the drone and there was a sudden downpour, I lost this iPhone for a while because I couldn't recharge it. So hence I hit the highway for the last 38 kilometres. So we last spoke when I was having that coffee or two. Yeah, so I ended up spending the rest of the day on the highway because I couldn't use this phone for navving. It would run out of charge. I didn't like being on that highway. Just had to be extra cautious, which obviously I'm here, I was. So I followed the highway all the way into this town and then rode along the beach road, found this hotel, 800 baht, and here I am. No, I haven't had a nap. I finished editing day 37, and then being Mother's Day, I video conferenced with family, including my mum and brother in Perth, and my other brother and his family in Canberra, and didn't get my oldest son. He's working today, but youngest son and his lovely wife. And yeah, it was a great day. As we know, when you're away doing things, life goes on as normal back home. And I've had the pleasure of having my eldest son announce the engagement to his beautiful fiancée Megan back in April. That would have been day 13. They announced their engagement, and I have the pleasure of catching up with Megan's dad at the end of this trip in Pattaya with his partner. So we'll have a few celebratory drinks next week, this time next week. Well, today my youngest son Curtis and his lovely wife Haripriya announced to the broader family the expected birth of a child the end of September, so my first grandchild. So that was exciting. So lots of exciting stuff happening in the family, and yeah, it's fantastic news. And it was I've known obviously for some time before I left on this trip, but the broader family found out today. So great stuff. Now I realised while we're video conferencing today that I haven't had breakfast yet, let alone lunch, and it's approaching tea time, so I'm a bit fangy. I'll get all the digital files together, then head to a restaurant somewhere and have a beer and some dinner and lunch, and maybe an ice cream. So this video probably won't come out until tomorrow, but that's okay because yesterday's video is coming out tonight. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's ride. There's probably 3 rides left. I think I will pull into Hua Hin tomorrow. That's roughly 100 kilometres down the road. And then, but I'll still possibly turn the last 200 kilometres into either 2 rides or 3 rides, and I haven't decided yet. I just haven't decided. We'll see. So yeah, there's a bit more of that beautiful view rather than me. Got a feeling tomorrow won't be as wet, so we'll see.
Boys don't cry under the influence. You and I did not make a sense. Tell me why you're putting on offense. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Endless game, when's it gonna end? We became what we should condemn. You and I, we were more than friends. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Look ahead, somewhere down the line, words unsaid, will they undermine? Dry your eyes, everything's just fine. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Wearing thin, is it just for show? Where you been? I don't wanna know. You say hi when you're leaning low. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Boys don't cry under the influence. You and I did not make a sense. Tell me why you're putting on offense. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Endless game, when's it gonna end? We became what we should condemn. You and I, we were more than friends. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry.
So while I was riding today, I was really concerned about the traffic. very concerned about the traffic and the rain. But it all went well.